Kia ora, I'm Rene de Monchy. I'm the Chief Executive of Tourism New Zealand. Our job is I always talk about our job as making people fall unreasonably in love with the idea of travelling in New Zealand. So that's our focus. I'm calling today from our office here in LA, the base for one of our major markets here in North America. Well, our focus during the COVID pandemic, during the closed border environment, had been about keeping people dreaming about New Zealand. So as soon as we opened in 2022, our focus was really how do we convert that demand we've been keeping bubbling away? How do we get people to now actually make the booking? And that was firmly our focus in 2022, starting with Australia. We opened in the winter. So Australians being the closest market and the biggest international market for the winter, we focused on that. And probably two key areas we really focused on. How do we reconnect the trade channels? So we had major trade KiwiLink events in some of our major markets in August of last year. And equally, we also launched a new global campaign called If You Seek, under the umbrella of 100% Pure New Zealand. They are probably the two areas that are most visible in terms of the activities that we did as we were going through 2022 and New Zealand reopened to the world. Workforce is absolutely a big topic for the tourism industry in New Zealand, as it is around the world and as it is in many other sectors. So I think we are now seeing businesses try and scale back up as we've gone through the peak season. But equally in the areas that are strong in the winter, workforce has been a real challenge. I think what we'll see is some movement in that space. Internet travel is starting again. Workers are moving again across the border. What will be important for us, and I know a big focus for Immigration New Zealand as well, is making sure that that process is as seamless as it can be. It's a competitive world, so we want people to be able to choose New Zealand to come and work, make that as easy as possible. And look, for us as Tourism New Zealand, we're not focused on promoting work in New Zealand as a part of we are here to promote visitors coming to New Zealand, but I think there's absolutely a halo effect from the work that we do. I think visitation sits at the heart of interest in locations. I'm sure whilst we don't specifically target it, I'm confident there will be a halo effect of us being strongly present in the visitors' minds will also help have a halo effect for people wanting to come and work here as well. Yeah, so our global campaign, If You Seek, which is part of 100% Pure New Zealand, is a very visible campaign around the world. So we're probably the biggest marketer for New Zealand as a destination, certainly targeting consumers. My view is that there would absolutely be a halo effect on people wanting to work here. And in fact, we've done some work in the past where we've looked at exactly that. What is the halo effect of your interest in New Zealand, whether that's New Zealand food and wine, as a place to live, as a place to work, off the back of a kind of a halo of being a visitor or thinking about being a visitor. And that absolutely exists. In fact, there's a massive overlap in people wanting to buy food and wine that have visited and are interested in visiting New Zealand, as you can imagine. So I think for workforce, that's the same. Again, we don't target workforce here specifically, but I think you absolutely see a halo effect. If you're interested in visiting a place, you're more likely to be interested in visiting a place if you're interested in working a place. The two are not separate from each other. And then look, there are some audiences where that overlaps a bit clearer. So take backpackers, longer staying, quite often they will also might be working holiday. Again, not specifically our target as part of our work, but absolutely I think that halo effect exists.